So what I am discussing here is there. Yes. Don't be afraid of. It is nothing else. Very easy. Jacobian. Anybody is there? These are time crossing. They are joining. Visit Taku. So I should come back to the presentation. So where is the presentation? So I was presenting a topic, no?
Sir, you can just minimize the window.
Oh, I see. That's why I'm searching out. Because in the meantime, somebody has come, so I stopped it. Yes. So Jacobians. Again, somebody has come. So this is the definition of Jacobian. I'll tell about the Jacobian and then I'll admit it that this partial derivative, del u del x, suppose u and v with a function of independent variable x and y. U and v is function of x and y. That is, u is a function of xy and v is also a function of xy. Then this partial derivatives, del u del x, del u del y, and del v del x, del v del y is called the Jacobian of u and v with respect to x, y, and is denoted by j u v by xy or del u v by del xy. So this set is very important. In case you forget that, I am repeating you because u and v is a function of independent variables. So first row will be del u, and xy are the independent variables. So first column will be x, del u, so that it will be del u del x, del v del x, and del u del y, del v del y. So this determinant is called Jacobian. We can evaluate the determinant. No problem. Somebody has come, so I should admit it. Okay. Just minimize that. And it is okay. So Jacobian is a special determinant, that is j u v x y. So you can write del u del x, del u del y, and del v del x, del v del y. So u will be on the first row, v will be on the second row, and first column it will be x, second column it will be y. This is the rule of writing. So in case of three variables, suppose u v w the functions of x, y, z. In the Jacobian of u v w with respect to x, y, z is first row will be u, second row will be v, third row will be w, and first column is x, second column is y, third column is z. So ux means del u del x. U suffix x means del u del x. U suffix y means del u del y. U suffix z means del u del u. So this is a
Sir, few students are waiting.
Still. Okay, so this is the definition of Jacobian. So I will admit it and then start OB6 order. Two students. Okay, let me come back. This is a definition. There are some properties that uv, if uv are the functions of rs and rs are the functions of xy, then Jacobian of uv xy will be equal to Jacobian of UVRS into Jacobian of RSXY. See the link. UV are the functions of RS, and also RS are also functions of XY. Then if I want directly Jacobian of UVXY, then it will be multiplication of the via media, that is Jacobian of UVRS into Jacobian of RSXY. So this is simple. Any time in calculus, if you want to the middle variable, you have to go through the higher median. And also del u del x we can write del u del r into del r del x because of that reason. U is a function of r s and r is as a function of x, and that is why we can write del u del x is equal to del u del r into del u del r del x plus del u del s into del s del s del x. Also we can write del u del y. It is del u del r del y del y. In partial derivative at the beginning of the chapter we have learned this del u del s into del s del y. And similar equations for this is for u suffix x and u suffix y. The similar result is for j suffix x and v suffix x and v suffix y. And now we multiply Jacobian of UVRS into Jacobian of RSXY. So it will be our determinant will be UR US, here VS, and determinant of Jacobian of RS means RX, RY, SX, SY. So now what do we do? Just interchange and row and column in the second determinant. So column will be now become row will become column. So that we know that property of determinant that if rows and columns are interchanged, that is, the value of the determinant is unchanged. This is a basic property. So now we multiply the two determinants. Usual method. Multiplying the two determinants. That is first column this criteria. Del u del r plus del s del y. Yes. Del u del r plus del s. Acha. First row. Del u del r. UR RX plus US SX. This is the first element. Similarly, the second element, determinant multiplication. So third element, fourth element. So now it is UX as per definition. Because US we have just found out there. UX we have found out there. So we can write UX, UY. Second one will be UY. Vx, Vy, and that is Jacobian of UVXY. So what is the result? Result is there. Jacobian of UVXY will be equal to multiplication of Jacobian of UVRS into Jacobian of RSXY. You see what I wanted to prove. Jacobian of UVXY is equal to Jacobian of UVRS and Jacobian of RSXY as I wanted to prove. So both sides equal. So hence the theorem. Now small problems. Jacobian of UV, if Jacobian of UV with respect to XY is del UV del XY and J dash is the Jacobian XY with respect to UV, then del XY del UV. Then if we multiply Jacobian and Jacobian test J dash, it will be 1. Let us prove it. We'll have to prove it. So Jacobian into J dash, J into J dash is equal to del UV del XY into, we know, we just defined it, del XY del UV. Just multiply, just write in terms of the determinant. This also in terms of the determinant. Now interchanging rows and columns in the second determinant. So in the second determinant, XU, YU will be equal XU, YU, XV, YV will be XV, and now multiply as per determinant method. So you get this. If U is equal to Fxy, then differentiating with respect to U is del U del X as per the partial differentiation. U is a function of xy, so del U del X will be del F del X into del X del U. and del f del y into del y del u. So del u del u is 1. Others are del u del x del u plus del f del f del y into del u del x, because f is equal to u. So this f will be changed to u, and we get this. Similarly, differentiating with respect to v, we get this. And similarly, if v is equal to phi of u, because u and v all are functions of x. So u is a function of x, we get this. When v is a function of x, this is another function of xy. Those two will not be the same function. So there is, he is a function of pi xy, and so differentiating 0 is this and 1 is equal to this. So substituting in 1, in equation number 1, you can get this Jacobian into j into z dash is equal to 1001 is 1. So if you multiply the two Jacobians, the result will be 1, because we found that why it is 1. This mark is 1 because we found that it is 1. See, and this is 0. So that is why it is 0, and again it is 0 because of this, and again it is 1 because of this. So if you evaluate this determinant, you will get 1. Right? Somebody has come, I think. Abhishek Kumar Singh, why are you late? Oh, still Chandril Malik. Still. So please don't be late in the next time, because you will not understand some of this. So if you be
Hello sir.
Yes.
স্যার
Yes.
একটা কোয়েশ্চেন
Go
ছিল,
ahead.
এখানে 0 আর 1 টা একটু আরেকবার বলবেন?
আগে
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ওইখানে যে vx xu ওগুলোতে 0 কিভাবে হলো ওটা বুঝতাম না।
ও আচ্ছা, এইখানে দেখি, এখান থেকে বলি ডেলিউ মানে 1, কারণ ইউ তাকে ইউ দিয়ে যদি ডিফারেন্সিয়েট করো তাহলে 1,
ইয়েস স্যার।
পার্সিয়ালি করলে 1, হ্যাঁ, দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই সেকেন্ড ওয়ান।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ওকে স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার, তাহলে
this will be 0, of course. del v will be 0. Similarly, for v is equal to phi xy, you get similar statements, and so if you arrange this, it will be 1 0 0 1, and
yes sir, okay sir,
multiplying it will be
1
into 1 minus 0 into 0, that is equal to 1. So yes
sir,
we have to prove this. Okay, so if u v w are function related, they are functions of the independent variable xyz. This is the same thing in a broad manner. U v w xyz, and then because function is u v w, f of u w is 0, so differential partially with respect to x, then you differential partially with respect to y, then differential partially with respect to z. So eliminating del f del y, del f del u, del f del v, del f del w from the equation, we get this determinant. And so see, when I have to eliminate, we frame the determinant. Suppose 2x plus 3y is equal to 4, and 2x plus 3y is equal to 0, and 4x plus 3y is equal to also 0. Then if you eliminate x and y, you will get 2 3 and 3 2. Is it not? Because there I didn't find any facility to. So if you want, you have to eliminate del f del u, del f del v, del f del w, then we get this determinant. This determinant is nothing but Jacobian of u v w x y z, right? Okay. If you have doubt, I'll just tell you, no problem. If x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, verify that Jacobian of xy r theta and Jacobian of r theta xy is equal to 1. This is actually Jacobian. They are written in this manner. So x is equal to r cos theta. So del x del r is xr is cos theta, partial derivative of x with respect to r. And yr is sin theta. Similarly, x theta is equal to, if you partially differentiate x with respect to cos theta, then it is minus r sin theta. And if you multiply this problem, multiply with respect to theta, differentiating partially with respect to theta, it is r cos theta. Therefore, del x by del r theta is this in determinate form. You see that del x del r is xr is del x del r. So I just substitute these values. Del x del r is found to be cos theta. So it is cos theta. And del x del theta is minus r sin theta. So minus r sin theta. Substitution, and we get r. Squaring and adding x square plus y square is equal to r square. That's right. You see that x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin. So you get x square plus y square is equal to r square. Okay. Now partial differentiate with respect to x. It is 2r del x del r del x is equal to 2x. Now they have written this side into left hand side, right hand side to left hand side. 2r del x is equal to 2x. And so rx is equal to x by r. Is equal to cos theta, or rx is equal to yes. Rx means del x del r del x. Okay, x by r. Similarly, ry is equal to y by r, that is sin theta. So by division, we get tan theta is equal to y by x, or theta is equal to tan inverse x. So theta x, that means del theta del x is, we find after calculation is minus r sin theta is minus sin theta by r. Del y is found to be cos theta by r. So del Jacobian, that is del r theta del xy, that is found to be 1 by r. So to multiply this 2, we will get r into 1 by r. So this is equal to 1. This is one problem. I'll show you one or two because I want to start vector calculus. 5 more minutes for others will get in the material. So similar procedure. So only differentiating partially and substituting and second determining the exact state and multiplying like this. So if x is equal to cos hyperbolic xi cos theta, y is equal to a sin hyperbolic xi sin theta, so that Jacobian of xy zeta eta is this. Okay. So now we find del x del y is this, and del x del eta is this. Second time, del y del y is this, del y del eta is this. So now substituting in the Jacobian, this will be del x del y. So it will found to be a sin hyperbolic y cos theta and minus a cos hyperbolic y sin theta. A cos hyperbolic substitute, and after evaluating a simple trigonometric calculation, you will get half a square cos hyperbolic 2 minus cos 2 theta. I think everybody is convinced. There is no difficulty here. It is not vector calculus. If you expert in writing, manipulating the equations, it is okay with you. One Jacobian problem will be there, I can assure you. Next problem, example 3. Capital AF is equal to UV XU plus V minus by capital G is equal to U square plus VY plus W. H is equal to ZU minus V plus VW. So compute Jacobian of FGH UWY. So write down the Jacobian in the determinant form. Now, calculation. del f del u. So f is your xu plus v minus y. So differentiate partially with respect to u. So what will get x only? Is it not? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
F is equal to
Yes, sir.
f is equal to xu plus v minus y. Now we require del f del u. So if you differentiate partially with respect to u, you will get x. So it is x. Similarly, del f del v is 0. Similarly, del f del v is will be okay. Okay. Del u w v del v 1. So del g del u is 2u. You can check up, no problem afterwards. 1 y z d w minus 1. So ultimately, after simplification, you will get this, right? And not difficult at all. You'll be given the function, find out the partial derivatives, put in the juncture of Jacobian, and the result will be yours. Another last, because I'll have to start with today, the vector calculus, which will be a big problem, and I want to release my headache. Okay. U is equal to yz minus yx, v is equal to zx by y, and w is equal to xy by z. So Jacobian of UVW xyz is equal to 4. You have to solve. Solution. U is equal to yz by x. So partial derivative will give you, with respect to x, will give you minus yz by x square. I will not do it because this is a class 12 problem, partial differentiation. Now it is discussed in the earlier section that if you define, so it is yz by x. So I will have to define 1 by x. So it is minus 1 by x square, and yz is written constant. Similarly, partial derivative with respect to y is z by x, z, y by x, etc. is found out. Now we get this vx, vy, vz, w, wx, wh, wz, and substituting in the Jacobian the corresponding results, ux, zx, y, zy minus zx by y square, y by z, this. So, for manipulating to find the good result, we have to manipulate operate for better result. Operate R1 plus R2. So R1 is added with R2, and R2 is added with, I think, R2. Anything else? Okay. You can check up, no problem. You can directly find out from here, but they have tried to simplify it for this value of the determinant. You can directly evaluate this determinant. There is no problem. But good, some simplicity. They want some simplicity, so they have added this. And adding a determinant with one row to other row is allowed. So value will not be changed. So we get this, and after that, evaluate this determinant is equal to 2xy into 2xyz square, and after cancelling the corresponding terms, you will get 4. So this is my other problems are same. You can check up that you see that others are same procedure. There are other examples, and you should work out same procedure. If I keep on going, that means I am wasting my tutorial time. You are better student, you can work out this. Huh? The long you work out will be your good result. All this. So I am leaving this slide. You will get it. I have already sent you this literature. So I will start now with vector calculus. So I am sharing others. Okay. Please wait wait a little bit. Just definition, earlier definition, we shall revise. Vector calculus. Everybody is looking into this. Is okay with you? Vector calculus.
Yes,
Your
sir.
response? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I shall discuss you the vector calculus. Are you aware of this vector quantity? That means
Yes, sir.
the
Yes, sir.
preliminary concept is there. So what is vector function? I'll just tell you the definition. If corresponding to each value of a scalar variable t, scalar variable you know, no direction, only magnitude. So corresponding to each value of the scalar variable, we associate a unique vector f determined by any law. Then f is called the vector point function of t and denoted by f arrow t. Every time if I want to mean vector quantity, I'll have to make an arrow. So this example I will clear it. Let a particle moves in space in such a way that anytime its position vector r with respect to the origin is given by rt is equal to this square plus 40 plus 1 I j k, you know, all are unit vectors. This diagram will indicate you. I j k are all unit vectors in the direction of x, y, and z. So a vector quantity is just expressed in terms of I j k. That much you know, I think. So the position vector of the point, so this O with origin and P is the point where it is moving, is P of the position. P is the position vector of this. So in such a way that at any time its position vector with respect to origin is given by this. This is a law. I don't know. Some law is there. They have defined it with some law. So this is the position vector of the point P at any time t. T is the factor it is retained about time, because this position vector will change as per the time. T is a variable here. So if t is equal to 1, I will get some position. And if t is equal to 3, I will get another position of this point. So when time changes, its path, this point P will change, right? So this is the each value of the scalar variable associated with the unique vector is, therefore rt is a vector function of the scalar variable t. This is clear to everybody. So this is a basic concept. To each value of the scalar variable, we associate a unit vector rt. R is the vector, dependent on the time t. Therefore, rt is a vector function of the scalar variable t. Because t, our position of this vector will change when t will change. But t is equal to 1, some position will be there. T is equal to 3, some position will be there. So this is dependent on t. Next is, we know about the unit vectors along x, y, and z axis, that is I, j, k, and we know also that if the vectors are perpendicular to each other, then I dot j will be equal to 0. No? I didn't mention the law. I dot j means magnitude of I into magnitude of j into cos of the included angle, 0. I should have written this, but I didn't write. I thought that you were already with you. That So if ij are perpendicular, then as per the law, modulus of I into modulus of j into cos of theta. So theta is 90 degrees, so I dot j will be 0. That is a preliminary. I think you have crossed over this section. And I cross j is modulus of I into modulus of j into cos of the sine of the included angle. So ij included angle is 90 degrees. So cos 90 is 0. And that is that unit vector I plus j will be acting in the direction of the z axis. So I dot j will be 0. I cross k will be k. That is what it is. That much is should be clear. Suppose I again telling you, I is the unit vector along x-axis, j is the unit vector along y-axis. So I dot j is 0, and I cross k, j is k. That is what it is in short. Follow? Is mention me that it is followed by you. Otherwise, you have to know the position vector and the curriculum of ijk unit vectors. I think you have this knowledge is there, and if not, you have forgot it, you have to revise this section. Any vector f can be decomposed as f1ti plus f2tj plus f3k, where f1t, f2t, f is a scalar function. It is a vector. F is a vector, like I. So component along x-axis is f1t. Component along y-axis is f2t. Component along z-axis is f3t. So f1t, f2t, f3t will be provided to you for doing the problems. Such a relation is usually expressed by f vector is equal to f1, f2, f3, because ft is equal to f1 in t into I, f2 t into j, plus f3 is k. That is f1, f2, and f3 are the components of ijk in the direction of x, y, and z. And of course, it is a function of t. All are function of t. f1t, f2t. So in this problem, what is f1t in this problem? T square plus 4t plus 1. Is it not? Is it not? If you just compare this vector with this vector, what will be f1? T square plus 4t plus 1. What will be f2? T minus 2. Is it okay?
Yes.
And
Yes,
what
sir.
is f3t? That is t cube plus t square plus. That you decide what will be f1, what will be f2. You, not you, but according to the problem, we have to decide what will be f1t, what will be f2t, and what will be f3. So usually it is just written in f vector is equal to f1, f2, so showing the components. Derivative. We can differentiate also this vector ft will be differentiated with as per this formula df dt is equal as per the limit theorem of the usual differential calculus. Limit h tends to 0, f t plus h minus f t by h provided it exists. So df dt will be no problem. And example, more elaborate picture. Let O be the origin and PQ are the positions of a moving vector at time t and t plus delta t. So let us see this picture. This is origin in space. This is first the position of the point, position of a point P, whose position vector is r. And after some time, the vector is OQ. Firstly, the vector was OP. Then it is because it is moved out, it has traveled. This P is traveled to Q. So the position will change. So this position vector will be, this vector will be r plus delta r because it is changed. So now previously it was r. Now it is becoming r plus delta r. Right? So PQ vector, what is the path travel vector? PQ is OQ minus OP, that is equal to r plus delta r minus r is equal to delta r. So this is the delta r is a vector from P to Q. Somebody is coming but it's too late because I don't make my Malik. So please come in time next time because there is a problem. Half of the things are over. Okay. Something more to take. PQ is OQ minus OP. That is r plus delta is the position vector of Q minus r is the position vector of P, OP, and differentiating taking negative, so it is only delta. Here, delta r by delta t is a vector. As delta 2 tends to 0, Q tends to be, is obvious. If delta t is very small and coming very near to 0, then Q tends to P and the chord will be PQ. Suppose this point is, delta t is very small and so Q will be almost merged to P. Then the tangent will be this, delta tends to the tangent at P. This is the conception. This is the basic conception. Therefore, dr dt is equal to limit delta A delta 0 delta r by delta t is a vector in the direction of the tangent. So please assure that the tangent will be in this direction. So when Q point is coming very near to P, it will be just like a tangent. So tangent is a so dr dt is equal to is a vector in the direction of tangent at P. Dr dt gives the velocity of the particle at P. So in the problem you may be asked to find out the velocity. So you have to find dr dt. Dr dt is the velocity of the point of the particle from the calculus portion. When Q comes to very near to P, it is almost P. So tangent will be in the direction of the path of dr dt. So dr dt is a vector in the direction of the tangent at P. So dr dt is the velocity of the particle P, which is along the tangent of its path. And this square, dt square gives the acceleration of the particle. So if I get tangent, again you differentiate, you will get the acceleration. So the fellow students, and lack of conception will create problems. So please assure me that you have tried your best and I am able to explain. Any problem you think, you can ask me. So this conception is very important. See, if you want to ask anything, you can. There is no fear. I can answer it conceptually. It should be clear. So in the problem, you will be asked to find out velocity. You will be asked to find out acceleration and all these things. So you have to just, vector will be there, you just find out dr dt, you will get the velocity. Again, you differentiate, you will get the acceleration. So it is very so this much of simplicity, but You have to know how it is coming. That's why I explained. So anybody has want to ask me anything? Then I'll assume that it is you are all convinced with this problem. Basic concept of vector calculus. Now, 5-10 minutes has to continue because one problem I will show you after this conception. Let A be a constant vector. Sometimes it happens. It is not a variable. It is a constant. Its magnitude is constant and direction remains parallel to the fixed line. Therefore, an increment delta t in the scalar variable t produces no change. That is, delta is sometimes becomes 0. When A is constant, delta L is equal to 0 vector. Then del A del T is a 0 vector for every incremented delta T, and hence dA dt is limit delta T tends to 0, delta A by delta T is 0 vector. This converse is also true. So when a vector is constant, its velocity, acceleration all are 0. You follow me? If it is not constant, something else, R is something else, then velocity is something will get, and acceleration will get something according as per this definition. dr dt is equal to this. You will get this. dr dt will be the velocity, t square dt square will be the acceleration. But if the velocity is, A is constant, R is constant, that is, they have written it as A. Then there is no velocity and no acceleration. It is true, quite much. And therefore, d is equal to 0 when it is constant velocity, if this, and A is a constant. Third one, if U is a derivable function of scalar vector R, S, and S be a derivable function of another scalar variable T, then du dt is equal to limit delta T tends to 0, del U del T is equal to limit delta T tends to 0, del U del S into del S del T. Of course, del U del T is there, but compensating with delta S. So multiply and divide by delta S, no problem, and just separate the limits. You'll get this is du dt. This is valid. Du dt may be written as du ds into ds dt. Next, f1, f is a vector. Is equal to f1i plus f2i j plus f3k. As I told you that this, if this is vector, this f1t is a component along x-axis, and as I explained, f1 is a component along x-axis, f2 is a component along y-axis, f3 is a component along z-axis. So what will be dfdt? So you know that this dfdt is limit h tends to 0 as per the differential calculus or earlier one. Ft plus h minus ft by h. So it will be divided, separated into 3 factors. One for f1t, one for f2t, and one for f3t, because f is a summation of f1, f2, f3. So what can I do? Has to be separated like this. So f1 another for I, f2 for j, and f3 for k. I think everybody is complete. Let us find out the result. df1ti plus df2tj is equal to df3k. df3tk. Similarly, for second derivative also, we can write del square f dt square is equal to sorry, d square f dt square is equal to d square f1 dt square I plus f del square f2 dt square j plus dt square f3 by dt square k. So these are the simple results, right? If a vector is given to you, you have to differentiate, separate each of the part and do the differentiation. Second derivative also. So there are other formula that I have not derived, will be used in the problems. If FGH are derivable vector function of scalar variability, derivable they have told you because they are taking the differentiation. Actually, we can differentiate. You have seen in the earlier one that we can differentiate. So there are derivable vector function of a scalar variability, and phi is a derivable scalar function of t. Then we can write these things. This actually I need not prove each and everything. That is cannot do so because one class will be taken for differentiation. Just proving this, but everything has come. So ddt of f plus minus g is simply plus minus.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, sorry to interrupt, but actually আমাদের 12:30 থেকে একটা ক্লাস আছে, এক্সট্রা ক্লাস, তো যদি একটু তাড়াতাড়ি শেষ হয়ে যেত ভালো হতো।
So just go through একটা problem করে ছেড়ে দিচ্ছি। Just go through
Okay,
this.
sir.
All these are there. Okay, one problem. We will discuss in the next class. One problem. Sorry about the thing. If alpha is one vector, is t square I minus tj plus 2t plus 1k. Beta 2t minus 3i plus j minus tk. ij k is that is the usual meanings. That is along x y j. Then we have to find this. So now we have going to find out ddt of alpha cross d beta dt is equal to this rule will be followed. Just discuss alpha cross d square d square beta dt square d alpha dt dt, and so alpha is this given. Alpha is given. So alpha is this, beta is this. So find out the corresponding things. B alpha dt is equal to this, differentiating, because differentiating you can easily understand. Differentiating with respect to t. So 2ti minus j plus 2k. See, differentiating, and d beta dt is this, and d square beta dt square. All the things are found out, and they have told to find out that t is equal to 2. Thus, they have told you find the following things at t is equal to 2. So put t is equal to 2. So d alpha dt cross dt dr dt. So cross product means ijk. Do you know this? That will be evaluated through this determinant process. Cross product of 4i minus j plus 2k cross 2i minus k. So what should I write? Ajk. There is a way of writing. If anybody is forgot it, you should revive this. Ijk. Then I will write 4 minus 1 2. Then I will write this is 2i. So 2. There is no j, so 0, and this is minus 1. And this thing is now as a vector I plus 8j plus 2k. So they have told you to find out ddt of this. So again differentiate this at t is equal to 0, and you find t square beta dt square is equal to 0. So the quantity you have found out this. So they wanted to find out this. ddt of alpha cross beta dt at t is equal to 2 is this, at t is equal to this quantity I plus 8j. I think because there is no response, I think this much has been forgotten by you. Suppose this vector cross this vector has to be found out. So what will write? First row will be iak, Second will be the row will be the coefficients of the terms 4, -1, 2, and then the second vector 2, then 0 because there is no j, and then -1. So evaluating this determinant to give you I plus 8j plus 2, and they wanted at t is equal to 2, so put t is equal to 2 and you get I plus 8j plus 2. So there is one problem because you have urgency. Next class will be starting within 10 minutes. So I am just asking you to just read out this question. And one thing, I have given you one assignment. You have to submit within a week. I have given you one assignment. Be serious that within 7 days you can just get back to me in the Google Classroom. So you just read out this question and make the assignment. Okay. So I'm closing now. Thank you.